My name is Ashir Khan, and today I will be doing the self-critique review of Critical Review 1 for the course of APS 1012. For my topic, I had chosen the strategic processes which Nike has been undertaking to establish competitive advantage over its rivals. So, without further ado, let's go over the rubric and my scoring according to it. So for the problem identification, I have actually given this a level 4, mostly simply because I feel I have stated the problems clearly and it is critically evaluated, and similarly all the knowledge that has been shared, it is relevant to the topic itself and it's easily understandable. For the assumptions made, I have given it somewhere between level 4 and level 3. The reason for this is because I believe that while the data is systematically presented and it's analyzed properly with proper assumptions, there could be certain areas where I feel that the reader might find some data to be unclear or maybe it can be expanded upon. Similarly, some of the context provided might feel a bit ambiguous to the reader. Next, we move on towards the analysis portion. So for the methods, I have scored it as 4, as I believe that all the analysis methodologies that have been undertaken, they are accurate and relevant to my topic, and I don't feel that any of them are irrelevant or misleading. For alternate point of view, I have again stated it as somewhere between 4 and 3, simply because while the positioning of the perspectives are presented properly and they are well accounted for without too much of a complexity, there are certain points that I believe that I could have further evaluated and included based off some of the research that I've done, as well as like try to look further upon different articles or research papers on similar topics and presented those point of views as well. In terms of the credibility of resources, I have marked it mostly as a 4, simply because all the resources that had been undertaken was carefully evaluated before actually writing this paper. As I mentioned before, some of the viewpoints of experts could have been explored further, but for this topic, I had chosen about 4 to 5 credible resources. But again, this could have been further expanded. To the conclusion portion of it. So the limitations I have marked it as 4, as it was thoroughly considered. The conclusion itself was fairly well constructed, where I presented the ideas by the original author relating to the paper. I had presented some key areas where I felt the author lacked to explain certain metrics which he had taken to show the evaluation of his ideas. Similarly, towards the integration portion, I feel like all the ideas presented are well integrated and they are coherent. But I do feel that I could have made a better effort in terms of synthesizing the ideas and also reflecting my own opinion more extensively. If we consider the conclusion part, I have marked it as a 4, as I had carefully crafted the conclusion in terms of the related outcomes that were presented by the author himself. I had critiqued it based on logic, so I had critiqued it based on the good things that were presented in the paper, as well as present my point of view on areas where I felt that the paper could have been betterly presented in terms of the methods used as well as the data shared by the author. Um, and I believe the perspectives were discussed in a proper priority as well. About the creativity portion of the rubric. So again, I have kind of marked this somewhere between level 4 and 3. Most of the ideas that I had provided were a fresh perspective based on my opinions, and I believe they were engaging as well, and they were mostly relating to the topic itself as well as trying to engage based on all the learnings that we had done so far based off our modules 1 to 6. In the for the level 3 portion of it, I feel the ideas are novel and unique. However, they could have been expanded more and backed by more credible research to make sure that my points are strong and credible. In terms of the communication and adaption, I marked it mostly as level 3, uh, where I feel that like my ideas are incorporated towards a new direction and approaches the assignment towards the final product. I personally don't feel I took like the risk-taking initiative in this, in terms of um, perhaps strongly critiquing the paper further. But all these points will be noted properly, evaluated for critical review too. So this is the end of my scoring for the rubric. Thank you so much for listening.